See ya next time. Cheers. Couple of really nice lads there, Mehmet and Jonas. They kind of helped me out. These poor people have struggled like crazy here since the earthquake last year, and it wiped out Adıyaman city. And I think I'm going to see quite a few signs of it in Sanliurfa when I go there later on today. But they're rebuilding this castle here, and it's actually really bloody governments. Don't they governments get on your nerves? They find the money to rebuild that castle, which obviously, you know, world people. I think we even gave some money to it, but world people have donated right way around the world, you know, to the Turkish earthquake fund, etc. They find it and they start work on the castle there to repair that, but they don't help the people. I mean, there's 20 families in that village there that have lost their houses, and most of them are living in porta cabins and God knows what still, because the government haven't released any funds to try and help them rebuild their lives. I mean, tell me about it. Is a person more important than a bloody castle? I'm sorry, in my opinion it is. You know, do the castle afterwards. But yeah, I gave them every penny that I had in my pocket of Turkish money, because I just well, what are you going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? I find it very strange, really. I mean, there's good and bad in every society, but I mean, these guys were literally saying that the government here will give you 700,000 Turkish lira. If you live out in the countryside like this is, you know, miles from anywhere, if you live out here, they'll give you 700,000 Turkish lira to help you rebuild a house. That equates to about £17,000, and it doesn't really go very far to replacing people's lives, even out here. But what they will do, they've built hundreds and thousands of apartment blocks in the towns and in the cities. And so it seems to me that it's a little bit coercive, that they're actually trying to get people out of the countryside and into the cities. Now, I'd love to know what people's views are on that, but they are convinced, these guys here, they're convinced that that is the case. That that's all they're trying to do, is just get people to live in the cities. Now, why would you want to live in a city when you've got all of this gorgeousness out here? Yeah, all right, internet is a bit sporadic and God knows what, but you can still get it. Right, let's find a place to pull over and let's just find the nearest fuel stop, because this is getting a bit low now. And I've got to be so careful where I'm stopping these days. I've got to really be sure of my footing. I don't want to make another repeat occurrence of that. That was awful. Dropping that bike, and my back is still hurting. Can't stop here, it's too narrow. Trucks come flying around and all sorts. Now there's the first grapevines I've seen in Turkey. And yet Turkey's quite famous for some really good wines. Mind you, they're very, very young vines. They're tighter than you think, these bends. Beautiful bridge. It's quite funny. Traditional, yeah, geezer riding a donkey there, texting away like crazy on his mobile phone. Brilliant. Life hasn't changed here for donkeys, excuse the pun, donkeys. Hasn't changed for absolutely millennia here. There's still certain things that are just done exactly the same thing that they've been doing for millennia, but it's modern meets old, isn't it, here? Very weird day that yesterday, going up to that Nemrut Dagi. There's certainly a very strange energy in that place, if you believe in all that sort of thing, and I guess I do. I'm going to talk about this a little bit once I've got a couple of views that I've got with this, because I just want to see what other people's points of view and what other people's sort of feelings are with this. I don't believe in God as some kind of grey bearded geezer sitting on a cloud. I don't believe that. I was listening to a wonderful guy who explained it exactly that way, called Alex Craner. And if you ever get the chance to listen to him, Naked Hedgie, he's on Twitter and stuff like that, but check him out and have a look and listen to some of his podcasts. He's a very, very clever man. He's a hedge fund guy and stuff like that, but he's looked at some various different ways of life. And he met this guy back in the early 80s, I think it was, something like that, who, it was just when they'd found this meteorite that had dropped from space somewhere. And when they'd worked out with this meteorite, they'd actually found out that this meteorite came from the furthest end of the universe. How they worked that out, I've no idea. But they found traces of bacteria, so traces of life on it. Whether it was fossilised or whether it was, old and God knows, I have no idea. But they found traces. And what this guy had said was basically that in order for life to find a way, the actual miracle of life actually finding a way is infinitesimal zeros to one. The actual odds of life actually finding a way is so rare, but yet it happens all the time. And it doesn't just happen all the time, it happens everywhere. And this is the really weird thing that I don't ever understand about this, because if it's infinitesimally small and yet it happens all the time, it basically means that life will find a way where it can. Life will always find a way where it can. And if that is the case, that's the kind of order out of all of the chaos of the universe that I see as the reality of what possibly a God is. And it's everywhere, and we are part of it. We are part of everything that is living. Nothing, the first law of thermodynamics, energy can't be created or taken away, it can only be moved around. That's it, borrowed from one place to put to another. And I think that's exactly the same with humans and with that road sign and that bit of grass and this bit of asphalt tarmac and all the same. It's just, we're all part and parcel of the same. Life will find a way where it can. And that's, I think, as I've got older, makes me really religious. There was a saying that Alex Craner came out with as well, which I thought was really lovely, and it was somebody said to him, and it said that a scientist, when they first look into the cup of religion, they poo-poo the whole thing. But when they get further down the cup of science and the cup of things, they all turn religious. They all turn to an understanding that there is an order out of things. And I guess being in the energy industry and being in an engineer for, blimey, 43, coming up nearly 44 years now, I guess I'm subscribing to that. I guess I'm subscribing to the idea that order does find a way, or there is order out of chaos, out of that entropy, out of that. And I believe that that possibly is the religion. And I think that that is the way that, do unto others as you do to yourself. Do be kind. Try not to be, my favourite statement, the one I've always liked to use, is try not to be the creation of someone else's fear. And I think that holds true with everything that goes on. But call out. Don't ever be frightened to call out wrong, or call out or question science, or question it. Never ever be frightened to call out anything. It's so important to challenge and so important to question every single thing that you can do. Even if you're wrong, even if you're proven wrong, so what? Walk your own line. Walk your own line and walk and stand strong, but try not to be the creation of someone else's fear. Well, there you go, that's my philosophy and bit for the day. Now you can enjoy the ride, and hopefully we can find some fuel in a minute, because otherwise I'm going to be running on vapour. Well, it's only about 2 hours to Sanliurfa today, so I'm just going to take a nice steady ride. But if this Mehmet from Airbnb, and I've got to say Airbnb, it's not Airbnb's fault, but a lot of these hosts, you book them as two again. I've contacted them, told them what I'm doing, looking forward to meeting them. One was an engineer as well, and I thought we might have a little bit in common. He declined the offer, which is fair enough, but so he came back and declined it. But this other guy, he's just not said yes or no or anything, and yet he has engaged with me. And it's like, do they not know the rules, or do they not know, is there not a common decency or courtesy? I have no idea. So it might cost me a little bit more money tonight, because I might just have to go and surf some of the hotels to try and find a cheap hotel. But we'll see. But look, this is the last major stop for me on this trip before I start heading home. So I'm still going away from home at the moment. But after the next 3 days, I'll spend 3 days here tonight and 2 more nights, just seeing Gobekli Tepe. I also need to do an oil change on the bike, so I've got to find a mechanic somewhere that will let me use their facilities. And the most important thing I need is somewhere where I can get rid of the old oil. Is the most important thing. So I've got to find a place to buy some 5W40 synthetic oil, which I'm sure there will be in the city somewhere. But yeah, change the oil. I won't do the air filter yet. I'll wait till I get to Greece, I think, before I do that. That'll be about 6,000 miles then. Take some photographs for BMW. Cool, look at this corner. Take some photographs for BMW to prove what I've done and get receipts of the oil and stuff. And yeah, keep my warranty intact. It is using a bit. I topped up a bit again yesterday, so I'm about a third of a litre down that new bottle that I'd put up. So it is still using a bit, which I guess is still a bit worrying, but I don't know. It's other people say no, it's not using a lot at all. But we'll see. My God, look at these views.
Staring up at the sky, just passing me by, yeah, yeah. And the stars explode, and the sun it runs away, just giving us a new day, yeah, yeah. When we kiss, the skies explode. I was born to love you, born to love you. When we kiss, the stars explode.
Has it got any 95? No. No. No, no 95. Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's all diesel. Yeah, it's a truck stop. Okay. Kijk hem? Ja, merpen. Thank you, cheers. Thank you. Teşekkürler. London, England. Oh, today? I go to Sanliurfa. Sanliurfa?
Sanliurfa.
Yeah. This is my navigation device, sat-nav device, which has taken me all over Europe and everywhere so far. It's very good.
Senin cihazın benim Avrupa'nın her yerinden ve Suriye'den her yere sensör cihazım çok iyi.
That's good.
Çok iyi.
Yeah.
Ben de tırcıyım, tır şoförüyüm.
Ah! Well, then you know all about travelling long distances, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Take care, man. Well, I'm in Adiyaman, and I've just stopped to grab a bit of water and a quick sandwich at a garage. It's quite warm, but it's a sombre mood. I'm just looking around me now. I don't want to sort of show off too much here because people are obviously still really quite raw here, but this place suffered. There's buildings down everywhere, cracked, great big holes. I'm just looking at one now, great big holes in the side of the building. I'm not going to show off, as I say, but when I get on the road, you'll see some of the devastation. But these poor people have suffered badly with this earthquake that happened last year. There's building sites going on everywhere, so they are rebuilding and stuff. But it's pretty grim to see. They did warn me that Adiyaman had really suffered badly, but I mean, any of these buildings that are there now, I mean, there's no cordons around them or anything like that. They could collapse at any time. I'm sure the structural engineers have had a look at them and stuff like that. But there are gaping holes in the sides of buildings and stuff, which is pretty awesome for a guy like me that's in the industry or the building industry. It's pretty gut wrenching to see. But hey, there we go. We'll move on. Well, I couldn't say too much in that garage. I mean, have a look back there. I don't know if you can see that building there. Great big holes hanging out the side of the building. Every single building here has got either cracks on it or partly collapsed or something like that. They've done a lot of refurbishment. That looks like some kind of village hall or something, which looks in pretty good condition. But I mean, just look, you'll see piles of rubble everywhere. Oh my God, look at this building here. That's most of them are derelict. Most of them people can't live in, and this one's actually boarded up. God, the whole thing is shaking and moving. Look, my God. Look, everywhere you see is devastation. Building sites just collapsed everywhere. Cranes, diggers, everybody just trying to piece back together their lives. I don't know about you, but I'm a humanist, and I like to see people happy. There's no reason on this planet why anybody should be unhappy. There's more resources than anybody could ever wish for, and there's more engineers that can solve the problems that we've got. Everyone's smiling, keep them smiling. What amazing people, man. Christ, I don't know if I could be so stoic. Losing your house, losing your city. I guess you just got to get on with it, haven't you, and move on. Maybe I'm just being a bit of a melt. Mehmet, who I stayed with for the last 2 nights. I mean, look at that, look at that. The whole thing's collapsing. Good Lord, must have shaken around like crazy. Mehmet said to me, he said that they timed the actual earthquake itself in minutes of what it did, and it was actually, I mean, look at that, good God. It was shaking, the ground was actually shaking for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now I'll tell you what, just stand still and count 1 minute and 20 seconds. That is a lifetime of the world literally in motion, the ground rumbling around underneath your feet and shaking buildings till they're falling down. I mean, just try and imagine what that must have been like for these poor people. God. I've got friends in New Zealand who also live on fault lines, and it's hard for them too, and they will they will be feeling this, and they'll be feeling the pain of these people. My good friend Richard wrote a song called Empty Chairs. I might see if I can post it up actually and put it on, because it's very, very poignant to this scenario here. I'll have a chat with him. Adieu man, bless you as a city. I hope you heal, and I hope you get better. So welcome to Sanliurfa. I've got in town, just found some accommodation, and I'm just gonna go and head to see if we can find this place. It's about 16 minutes away. So this is Sanliurfa, I think they pronounce it. And although some of the buildings are cracked, I think it fared a hell of a lot better than Adiyaman. Still a lot of rubble by the sides of the road and everything, and they're still rebuilding roads and stuff. It certainly doesn't, a lot of the older buildings don't look as bad, which is a blessing for these people. I want to find out about this earthquake the next couple of days, and kind of get into the idea of what these people have to live with on a day-to-day sort of basis, really. I mean, it's got to be tough. If it's anything like the guys in Christchurch in New Zealand that I know, it's pretty hellish for them. So I've got a room for 20 quid a night. I'm going to spend 3 nights here, so I can catch up on the editing and all the rest of it. It says it's got good Wi-Fi. The reviews on it are pretty good. So Airbnb finally came good. How you doing? Right. Everybody wants to say hello. Mental. Oh yeah, look, some of these buildings here, they got pretty badly damaged. There's a lot of demolition going on. So this is as furthest east as I'm coming, this town, and I'll start this slow journey back home. Well, slow, I've got to speed it up a little bit actually. Oh, I like this. I like this sort of place. All the spices and the flowers and it. Wow. Well, what a place to explore. These little caves that people used to live in those. Try that. God, what a street. I seriously cannot tell you how much I've lucked out here. It's the entrance hall to this little boutique hotel I'm staying in for 3 nights. I think I'm going to quite enjoy my stay here. It's ancient. Look at that ceiling. Really old, really well maintained, really looked after here. Beautiful little courtyard. I mean, I'm going to be sitting out there and doing editing and all sorts of stuff, which is lovely. And then check this room out that I've got. How cool is this? I cannot tell you. I'm so chuffed. I spent a little bit more money, like 20 quid a night, but still 20 quid a night, isn't it, for that? I mean, I can't fault it. Well, they say that imagination is always a little bit better than reality. I haven't actually, I'm just walking up now, you can just see, I'm just walking up now to Gobekli Tepe. And I have to say, it's imagination has done its thing again. It's very regimented here. It's also it's gone up from like about €5 in 2023 or something like that to get into €21 to get into this place. So they're clearly, you know, milking it as much as they possibly can, and I guess that's kind of fair enough. I'm not sure. It's a beautiful place in the sense of how vast it is in this whole area out here. I mean, it's vast. This is something that I've wanted to come. This has been on my bucket list for, well, as long as I can remember, really. Certainly since I started reading Graham Hancock's book in 1991, Fingerprints of the Gods, and understanding about previous civilizations. This is the oldest known temple to mankind. It predates the pyramids and predates Stonehenge and all the rest of it by 7,000 years. It's bonkers in that sense of what it could do. Of when it was built. And it kind of brings into question the whole of our understanding of archaeology and that kind of thing. And it's something that I've really wanted to kind of come and see and do. And I'm wondering what I'm going to feel like when I see it. But we'll have a look in a second, won't we? Cheers. The first kind of major religion, if you like. Some even say that it was the period of Noah when they buried this city because of the coming cataclysm of the Younger Dryas period. This was some kind of, I don't know whether it was a meteor or something like that maybe hit the planet at that time, but somebody knew it was coming, whether there were stargazers or something at the time, but somebody knew it was coming. And to preserve this first temple that is known to mankind, they buried it on purpose. I mean, what kind of foresight or knowledge would you have to have in order to do that? That seems really bizarre to me. But you're looking at 12,000 years old at least of a temple, which is frankly quite bizarre, isn't it? Very, very commercialised, but still frankly bizarre. There's seriously so much more here. In the background there you can see there's another excavation that's going on. I was just talking to one of the gardeners here, just chatting that his grandfather actually worked here with Klaus Schmid, who died unfortunately in 2014, but it wasn't until Klaus Schmid came along in the kind of 1995 or something that they understood the significance of this particular place. But what this gardener was just telling me just now is that they reckon that there's loads of them dotted around here, which could take, hundreds of years to kind of excavate and find anything, but it's not enough money available to get the proper archaeologists here and get it dug up. I mean, you would think, to my mind, that would be a national emergency to kind of find out what exactly is going on. I mean, what these Turkish could get out of this in terms of historical value and tourism and all sorts of stuff. I would have thought that it would have been a priority to kind of excavate these sort of areas, wouldn't you? But Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But it's learning about history is learning about the fact that you don't make similar mistakes to people that people made in the past and stuff like that, which I think history is so important to understand. I just wonder what I'm standing on. I wonder what's here. I mean, there's stuff dotted around all over the place here, and you just wonder what the hell is you're standing around. This is a complete works in progress, and it's actually blown my mind in a way that I didn't think it would do. So it's better than I thought it was, actually, to be honest. Which is that's kind of a first for me, because normally imagination is everything. My imagination is wild. Imagination is normally 10 times better than the actual reality of things, but maybe not in this case, hey.